Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you stopped by. Today's Tasty Tuesday video is honey mustard salad dressing. My version is sugar-free. You don't have to use sugar-free, but it tastes just as well both ways. So if you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. Okay, what you need is a 1/4 cup of each Dijon mustard, honey, apple cider vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, optional. What you're going to do is mix the 1/4 cup of everything together and beat it up with a whisk. When doing the honey, this is a trick that I learned years and years ago. If you're going to try to measure out honey, spray it with a non-stick spray. I've got Crisco, you can use Pam, you can use a store brand, whatever. Just make sure you spray the inside of your measuring cup and the honey does not stick to the sides. You're also going to need a bowl to mix this in, a whisk, and some kind of a container to put your salad dressing in. Just make sure the lid fits tightly. I like these from Rubbermaid, but you can use a jar with a lid. Whatever you have on hand. And you see how easily that honey comes out of the measuring cup after it's been sprayed. And there's the apple cider vinegar. And the reason that I'm doing it in this order is because once I do the olive oil, it's going to coat the inside for the mustard. And you can see how easily the mustard just slides right out of there. I don't even have to scrape it. And you know that I'm not supposed to have a whole lot of salt. It normally calls for a teaspoon of salt. I'm using sea salt, and I'm just going to shake a little in there, just enough to help these flavors blend. And the pepper calls for 1/4 teaspoon. I'm not a big pepper eater, so just a few shakes is fine. You can use an electric beater, but I find a whisk is just fine. It really does mix it up very well. And I'm going to put this in the container. And this is actually what takes the longest is you let it sit in the refrigerator for a minimum of 30 minutes just to get all the flavors to combine well. Okay, I'm going to put that lid on it, and it's going in the fridge, and we'll be back in 30 minutes. Okay, it's been a half an hour, and that's pretty much the minimum amount of time. This stuff actually gets better after a few hours. Oh, it's so good. And like I said, the longest part of making this is waiting for the flavors to gel. So if you do that in the afternoon, it'll be ready for dinner. You don't even have to think about it. So if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, and happy creating, everyone.